Hello everyone, welcome to Everything Football. Match day 2 team selection time. The Limitless chip is active. Always super fun playing your Limitless, but there's always a problem as well because you can only have 15 players, unlimited budget. That's a positive, but in my head, I have like 35 players I want to include in the team, but I can't include all of them, so that always becomes a problem. And then there's always that worry of, what about if like my actual team, delivers more than my Limitless team? But listen, I had to do it. I didn't have my match day 2 team before the Limitless chip was looking good. I already had the likes of Yamal against Young Boys. I already had Grimaldi in the team. I was going to have him in my Limitless chip as well. So the team was looking okay, but the only problem was I didn't have any Inter Milan cover. Inter Milan have a good fixture. I only had one Man City player, and Haaland might be rested. Who knows? So I had to just do the right thing and play the Limitless chip. Have as many good players as possible, as many players who are playing against an easy team as possible. So the reason I played my chip is because Leverkusen are playing against AC Milan, Inter Milan are playing against Red Star Belgrade at home, Dortmund are playing against Celtic at home. I didn't have any Dortmund cover last game, and they scored a couple of goals. Lille, Real Madrid are going to Lille. Barcelona hosting Young Boys. That's another very good fixture. Yamalo's on the bench over the weekend. Bratislava playing against Man City. So Man City, even without Rodri, this is a game you'd expect them to win. They might concede, but this is a good fixture for them. Throughout the rest of the season, the rest of the Champions League campaign, I don't think there's too many weeks where you're going to get so many teams with good fixtures. Liverpool are also hosting Bologna. So Man City, Barcelona, Liverpool, Real Madrid, Dortmund, Inter Milan, Leverkusen, and a couple of other teams have some really good fixtures. So I think this is the best time to play the Limitless chip. So first up, let's review my team from match day 1 and how I did. This is only going to take like a minute. So 123 points in match day 1. That was very good. Skorupski, my goalkeeper from Bologna, 11 points. Not many people had him, so I was buzzing with that. Saliba got a clean sheet, although Atlanta was supposed to score the penalty, but Saliba incredible as always. Grimaldi 12 points, Schlotterbeck with 8 points. That was a good return from the defense. Basically every single one of the defenders and the goalkeeper returning. Midfield wise, Gonçalves, good pick, got 7 points, got an assist. Musiala got 9 points. I was expecting a big victory for Bayern Munich. Not quite 9 goals, but they got 9 goals. It was either going to be him or Olise. So if I decided to pick Olise, I would have been high on the ranking, but Musiala 9 points, I will be satisfied with that. Yamal 8 points. I'll take it because Barcelona went down to 10 men, and I was a bit worried about Yamal not delivering. And then Saka 3 points. I was always going to have Saka in my team, but wasn't the best performance in terms of attacking capacity in terms of for Arsenal. And then up front, Gyökeres 9 points, and Kane bumper 42 points, captain, player of the match, same with Gyökeres. Super happy with that. I had to take out Mbappe and bring on who did I take out Mbappe for? I think it was Mbappe for Saka. So I did lose out on 3 points there from the bench. And then Cambiaso and Petioski and De Gregoria I gained there because I removed De Gregoria and I put on Skorupski. So I gained a good 8 points there. I also took out Cambiaso and I brought in Saliba, so I gained another 5 points there. And Petioski also went off, and I don't quite remember who came on. I think it was Schlotterbeck, but hey, 123 points. The only player that I felt bad about is Vats, because it was either going to be if I had Vats in this team, which I thought about in match day 1, but I really wanted to have Saka. If I had Vats in that team, I would have been probably in the top 100. So that was a bit damaging. But hey, let's bounce back in match day 2. Not actually bounce back. 123 points is great, but there's a lot of people who had Vats, so they had more points. So let's hope in match day 2 with my Limitless chip active, it is even better. So let's start in goals. My goalkeeper is the first position where I've been stressed a lot, because my actual goalkeeper, De Gregorio from Juventus, he's been doing well. Juventus have kept, I think, 6 clean sheets out of 6 games this Serie A, which is absolutely crazy. I think they've broken a record of some sort of like in a 38 game season or something. They're the first team to keep 6 clean sheets in the first 6 games. So they're looking good. And I had the Glory in my team. So I have thought about keeping him. I might still keep him, but for now, if I Gregorio. I will have to go without Courtois, who I've put in my limitless for now. But if I do decide on a Juventus goalkeeper, I'll have to take out Courtois. And my next goalkeeper is Jan Sommer. I've decided to go for Jan Sommer from Inter Milan because they have a very, very good fixture against Red Star Belgrade. Courtois, Sommer, surely one of them keeps a clean sheet there. I've also thought about David Raya and Didier Gregorio. So there's 4 goalkeepers I'm looking at. The goalkeeper spot is definitely not sorted out yet. I think Sommer will definitely be there, but I will have to choose between Courtois and Didier Gregorio. That one is one that I'll have to really, really think about. And if I don't go with Courtois, then I might have to maybe go with Rudiger in defense or something against Lille. Let's go to the defense. Let's move on to the defense. Another position where I've literally written down 12 players in defense that I want to have as defenders. So Grimaldi is definitely going to be in my team. He was in my Matchday 1 team, so he's definitely going to be in my team as well. So no changes there at all. I'm going to stick with that for sure. Next up, I am going to go with, again, I don't think Arsenal have the best fixture. In terms of PSG, I think PSG could actually score, but this one is just, I don't think Gabriel would be part of the best Limitless team if I was just to make a best Limitless video. I don't think Gabriel will be part of that team for this week, but as an Arsenal fan and also as usually as he's very good from set pieces and all that and ball recoveries, he picked up 9 in Matchday 1. That's why I've decided to go for Gabriel in defense and not Saliba. I had Saliba in Matchday 1, but I've decided to go with Gabriel. Next up, I have chosen to go with Trent Alexander-Arnold from Liverpool. This one is definitely not done. The Trent one, I will decide between Trent and a couple of other defenders. So the other defenders I've thought about Koundé from Barcelona because he has a good fixture as well. And I've even thought about, instead of Gabriel by there, I've also thought about going for someone like Timber Calafiori in that position. Calafiori is kind of an injury doubt, but if they play Calafiori and Timber, they're pushing forward more as well. So could be instead of Gabriel. But Trent, if it's not Trent, it's going to be Koundé. I will decide on that. I don't know if Trent 100% starts. We'll have to wait and see, but I think he does. So next up, I have thought about going for a double up in terms of Grimaldo and Frimpong. This is one I'll have to really, really decide on. If Courtois leaves my team and Rudiger comes into the defense, then I may not have Frimpong. But for now, I am going to include Frimpong in the team because they are very attacking. It's almost like having 7 midfielders in your team and you have Grimaldo and Frimpong. They're basically so attacking. So I have decided to go for him for now. But if Rudiger comes in, it's going to be Frimpong who leaves the team, and Koundé might also come in for Trent Alexander-Arnold. We will see how that turn goes. So I didn't see any other position where I could go for a Dortmund player, so I decided to go for a Dortmund defender, but I'm very worried. Now, for this last position, Frimpong has a 60% chance of being in the team and a 40% chance of leaving. Trent, same 60-40. Now, this one is bang on 50-50 because Dortmund, yes, I want a player from their team, but I'm thinking, should I go for, an Inter Milan double up in defense because I don't see too many forward players I can go for? Or should I go for, a Man City defender as well? Very, very good fixture, but who will play? Is it going to be Vardiol? Is Stones going to start? So we'll wait for, closer to Tuesday morning to see whether we get any information on Man City as well. But for now, I am going to include Schlotterbeck because he's very, very good for ball recoveries. So for now, I am going to stick with Schlotterbeck in defense. So that's the defense that I currently have. Obviously, Grimaldi and Gabriel are the ones who are definitely set. The other 3, I have like 5, 6 other options I could end up going for. So this is just for now. This is just a team that is for now. Midfielder, let's go for the midfielders. Again, Saka is always going to be in my team. Set pieces, he creates so many chances per game. He takes the penalty, so Saka is going to stay in my team. I don't think Arsenal are not going to score against PSG, and if Arsenal score in that game, I think he is going to be involved in that. I've thought about Trossard, but just because Saka has the set pieces, the corners, and the penalties, I'll stuck with Saka. And then definitely 100% Lamine Yamal is going to be in the team. Yamal and Saka 100% are going to be in the team. Those ones are not leaving. Now, the other 3 positions is where now we get stressed again. Diaz has been on good form for Liverpool. He could be an option. I think Liverpool are going to score 2-3 goals in that game. But again, I'm looking at the set pieces as well and the experience of that Champions League. I'm going to go for Salah. I think a lot of people are going to go for him. This is a player I can't afford if I'm not using my Limitless, so it would be fun to have him in this particular match day. So I have got it Salah. So those 3, I think, I think those three, Saka and Yamal 100% are going to be in the team. Saka and Yamal. Salah, I think 90% is going to be in the team. Now, the other two positions is where I'm going to really have to decide. For now, I have gone for Real Madrid, Jude Bellingham. But I am thinking of going for a Man City midfielder. So I've thought about Doku, I've thought about Foden. Any of the two could end up being in the team, especially if we get confirmation that any of them is going to start. Xavi as well, because Xavi and Doku did not start over the weekend for Man City. Foden as well, right? All three of them did not start. So I mean, I'm really thinking about going for any of them in that midfield, because that fixture is very easy. I think they're going to score at least 3 goals in that game. So especially if Haaland doesn't play, those are the midfielders. Foden could play as a false 9 like he did, I think, against Watford in the Carabao Cup last week. And then for the last midfielder spot, I have thought about Trossard. I have thought about Adeyemi from Dortmund, all those players, Diaz as well. And then I've thought about doubling up on Barcelona, maybe going for Rafinha. But for now, I have decided to go for Vart, because I'm a bit scared of not owning him again. But I might decide not to go for a triple up on Leverkusen. I know AC Milan beat Inter Milan, but they also conceded 3 goals against Liverpool. So that's why I've gone for Vart. He was absolutely on fire, and they'll just drill by and make the confidence is there. So that is the midfield I have currently. But there's a chance Bellingham and Vart could end up leaving, and we could end up seeing a Man City midfielder and someone like a Rafinha or an Adeyemi out there. So striker-wise, let's push to the striker position. So striker-wise, I have decided to go for sure Erling Haaland. I'm not sure if he's going to start. I have this feeling that Guardiola could decide to rest him for this one. I don't know. But I have gone for Erling Haaland. This is not the best fixture in terms of Aston Villa away, but Kane is just always explosive. So I'm going to stick with him. And then Mbappe as well. But so this is the team that I had in Matchday 1 in terms of the forward line, but there's another 3 forwards I'm looking at. So the forward line is not 100% decided. I was thinking, should I go for a double up and have Vinicius as well instead of Kane? Should I go for Lewandowski, because that fixture against Young Boys is really, really good? So if Lewandowski comes in, I don't think I'm also going to bring Rafinha. I'm going to stick with 2. And then Lautaro Martinez I've also thought about up front. That could be the case as well. If I don't go for Mbappe, it could be Lautaro Martinez up front. I think that is another good fixture. Should I go for someone like Thuram? All those players I've thought about, and also Guirassy from Dortmund. So as you can see, it's very fun having a limitless chip, but it's very it's very hard. What's the word? It's very stressful. Let's use stressful. It's very stressful not having it easy, making up your mind. Pretty much, it's very, very hard. So that is the team I have at the moment. In terms of which player is playing on which date, most of them are playing on, I think it's well balanced actually. So for my captain, if Haaland is confirmed to start on the first game, I'm going to captain Haaland. And like Haaland is definitely going to be my team if he's definitely going to start, unless we hear rumors that he's not going to start. That's when he's going to leave my team. And then maybe I can have both Mbappe and Martinez, or both Mbappe and Vinicius for that game against Lille. Lille have been conceding a few goals. And then also defensively could make some changes. But the second, in terms of captaincy, the second day, I could end up going for someone like a Salah at home to Bologna or Mbappe. So again, very, very difficult to choose your team. Let me know how your team is looking. Are you activating a limitless chip? This is very, very hard, but yeah, let me know how you're feeling about that. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.